Il est raffiné, mondain, le flegme incarné. Il s'appelle Zoolander.
There's a strange appeal in your direction for psychedelic moods. The famous sequence in Cable Guy, the karaoke sequence, has an equivalent in Zoolander with the brainwash sequence. Where does that come from?
I don't know if it has to do with a certain time period, but it's maybe the idea of that kind of crazy, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I grew up in this really, I was born in '65, so I really grew up in the '70s more. You know, and I didn't have a big kind of psychedelic drug taking phase in my life, so maybe I'm trying to make up for it or something. I don't know. But I think it's great when you see a comedy that has sequences that get a little crazy, a little bit out there, because I mean that's what's fun about movies is, you know, really, movies have been, I've heard movies described as almost like a drug state when you go to see a movie, because you know all of a sudden you're just in this world and you're really outside of yourself. And I think that's one of the fun things about making movies, like to create a world and have fun with that.
What about all the cameos? I mean, it's like the film with the most.
It has a lot of cameos. Yeah.
Are they all your friends or?
No, some of them are friends of mine. Which ones? Let's see. Well, not David Bowie. I never met him before. He's that one I couldn't. That one just we wrote him into the script and we sent him the script and he liked it and he thought it was funny. So. I was really excited that he was there. I couldn't believe it. But like people like, I don't know, like Stephen Dorff, Sandra Bernhard, and David Duchovny. Actually, David Duchovny, I didn't really know that well before either, but we knew, we'd met each other a couple of times and we wanted to work together on something.
Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz, I know, yeah. Lenny did me a favor. He did me a big favor, actually, because that sequence was shot at the real VH1 Fashion Awards, part of it, just like the big wide shots, and then the closer shots we had to do on a stage later on. So Lenny had to come back and shoot, because he shot at the real one, he was playing at the real awards, and then for the close-ups he had to come back. He was on a big, like living, he has a house in the Bahamas, and he like had to come back early to do it, and so he did a great thing for us.
There's a whole bunch of cameos for free at the...
Yeah, at the awards, yeah, definitely. But they all had to agree to do it, kind of, you know what I mean, they knew they were going to be in the movie.
Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson,
Dégage, bouffon!
Will Ferrell.
Il faut un combat breakdance! Qu'est-ce que tu vas prendre?
I mean, this is a VH1 movie because the character was done on VH1 originally, so they owned the character. So it had to be a VH1 movie. But it didn't really influence me in terms of what, you know, in terms of like satirizing the TV shows or anything like that. I just think you have to get that stuff right when you do it in a movie. You have to be accurate because it's so changing all the time, ever changing, and you know this movie will always be, definitely, I'm sure it'll be very much a period of its product of its time. You know what I mean? When you look back at this movie, like in 10 years, you'll say, well, this is what you know kind of was going on in the fashion world, the TV world around this time. So it'll probably be very dated, is what I'm saying.
Pick the blue steel.